So just to recap, this is where I'm at on the bingo card. I've got 3 more puzzles to complete the card, and today is Monday, the 15th of June. It is the third day of my 4-day weekend, so I've got time on my side. I am going to start the next one, which is 1,500 piece Jan van Haasteren, and the square I will be using this one is for sport. So I have previously mentioned it, but I don't know how many of the newer viewers knew this. I try not to repeat a puzzle twice in a row for the Puzzle Olympics if I can avoid it. This puzzle I did for the very first time I participated in the Summer Puzzle Olympics. I think 2 years since I used other puzzles. I remember last year I did a tennis puzzle for the sports square. I think it was actually also an illustration by Jan van Haasteren, although the brand was different. So I thought it is a very, very good time to revisit this puzzle. And this is obviously the reason why I shy away from thinning out my puzzle collection, especially the ones I've used for the Puzzle Olympics, whether it be Winter or Summer Puzzle Olympics, because I know at some point they will do come in handy again and again and again. And I love revisiting some of my favorite puzzles. As most of you already know, I am a huge fan of the cartoon puzzles. So I'm always happy to reassemble a cartoon puzzle, especially the Jan van Haasteren puzzles. This puzzle is no exception. It's a lot of fun. I had a bit of a struggle with the sky, but I do remember that from the very first time I assembled this puzzle as well. The sky, and especially in the border, had a lot of false fits. So I knew this time around that I would struggle with that, and I started with the sky to get the most difficult part just out of the way. And from there on out, it was just like any other busy cartoon puzzle. I started with or continued with the grass and the greeneries, and then between the cyclers and the ground has got some lines and color changes that makes it not impossible to determine which pieces goes where. So all in all, a fun image, a fun puzzle to assemble. I am very happy with my choice for this one. And I could have used the one that I am going to assemble next with the surface. That would have also worked for the sports square. And I could have also done the one that I did last year with the tennis players. But because I don't want to do them twice in a row, I opted for this one. And I'm very happy with my choice. There's always that one day where I lose my audio for a recording. This was this one for the Summer Puzzle Olympics. But what I technically said here is we are on day 2 of me assembling this puzzle. I am not in a hurry. I've got more than enough time. I only got 2 puzzles remaining, so I just want to finish this one today, and that's it. So it is Wednesday, it's the 17th of June. I'm about to start puzzle number 23. So I am nearly finished with the bingo card. The one I'm going to do today is this hay, and this is for the seasonal square. So this is another puzzle that I am assembling for the second time for the Summer Puzzle Olympics. I did not assemble it last year. I think I did assemble it in 2024, if I'm not mistaken. Another busy cartoon puzzle. This one is by the artist Blachon. Love his work, and I love this style of puzzle. So I was very happy once again to revisit this puzzle. It's another one that I will definitely keep in my collection on a permanent basis for as long as I do the Summer Puzzle Olympics or the Puzzle Olympics in general. This one is always useful for something. Not only is it for sport, it could also work for a season, for summer, for seasonal holiday. There's just so many options that I could have used this one for. Colorful. So this one will definitely stay in my collection for the foreseeable time. I will try not to reuse it next year, but who knows, the year thereafter I might. So it is Thursday, the 18th of June. I'm still busy with this second to last puzzle of mine. I am desperate to complete this puzzle tonight. Tomorrow evening, I've got a work function, so I might not get to this puzzle tomorrow. So if I can't finish it today, I will only be able to finish it on Saturday. So I am going to give my everything to finish this one tonight. So let's see how far I get. So it is Saturday, the 20th of June. I got a late start this morning, so I might not be able to finish my last puzzle. So I only need this one to finish my bingo card. The one I chose for the nostalgia square is this Ravensburger. So this puzzle I did not buy specifically with the Summer Puzzle Olympics in mind. It just came in handy because it is a landmark from England, and I do love the nostalgic type of images, and this one was so up my alley, so I bought it for that reason. And when I went through the puzzles looking for the nostalgia square images, this one was perfect, and it's more the vehicles that triggered that nostalgia feeling than anything else. So I'm very glad I purchased this. There is one piece missing, but I bought it with the missing piece, so that didn't bother me at all. Still a very enjoyable puzzle. I had so much fun with it. As always, I try to do the sky as low as possible on the table so that I don't have to reach over too far. And then I just work my way down and move the puzzle up as I go. That just saves my back and neck, the muscle spasms. And I enjoy this one, and I'm very happy with the way I tackled it. It's a beautiful, beautiful image. The artist here is it Welsh? Kevin Welsh, I think. So I have a couple of Kevin Welsh's images in my collection, and this is another one, or his images is another that will stay in my permanent collection. I don't think I will ever get rid of these puzzles. So it is Sunday, the 21st of June. Today I am going to finish the last puzzle for the bingo card. Then I've got about 9 days left. So once I finish this, I'll tell you about my plans for the rest of this month. I completed my bingo card, so I'm very happy. One of my teammates finished her bingo card early on in the month, so she is doing the bingo card for a second time, trying to refill it with other puzzles. I don't have enough puzzles for that. 1 and 2, I don't have enough time to do 24 puzzles again in the last 9 days of this month. So what I want to do now is to start with this Ravensburger, and the idea is not to finish it in June. So I want to get as far as possible in the next 9 days, and then I want to finish this in the first week of July so that I can use this for the July bingo card, and that is intended for the meta square on the bingo card. So I will insert a bingo card so you can see what I am looking forward to for July. But we are still in June. I can't do too much of those puzzles except for the 3000, which runs over June and July. So let's see how far I get. So initially I had another puzzle on the backup for the meta puzzle square. And as I progressed with the bingo card, I saw that I might actually have more or less a week left. And I decided to take a chance and see if I can get this puzzle nearly finished before the end or by the end of the month so that I can finish it in July for the first bingo square in July. This puzzle, I started with sorting. As you guys know, I prefer not to sort puzzles, especially the smaller piece counts up to 1,000, 1,500. Bigger ones I do sort because it just makes sense. And I started sorting this one. When I started the puzzle, I realized I made a mistake. I should not have sorted this one. The sorting went to the majority of colors. So if there's blue and purple on a piece, I put it in the bowl where the biggest color shows. So if it's more purple, it goes into the purple bowl. If it's more blue, it goes into the blue bowl. And I started with the blue, with the gradient colors, and I soon realized that I'll have to go through every bowl to pick out the pieces with a little bit of blue in able to complete the blues. So I could kick myself for sorting out this one. This is the first time ever that I preferred not to have sorted on a 3000 piece. Usually I'm glad if I sort on a big piece count puzzle, but this one not so much. And then the other thing is the puzzle pattern on the puzzles pieces it took me a while for this to make sense. Everything looked wrong. It's double lines and the lines didn't line up. And it is only at about day 2 that something clicked for me and I was able to make sense of the pieces. And I think I started to rely more on color than anything else in order to complete the sections here. So it's Tuesday, the 23rd of June. I am still busy with the 3,000 piece Karen puzzle. This is a bit more tricky than I expected, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the lines on the lines. But I am determined to finish it. If not in June, then definitely in July. So yesterday I did not puzzle at all. My nephews visited and I spent time with them. But today and the rest of the week, I am planning to work on this puzzle. And luckily, I've got a weekend ahead of me to put in some extra time. So let's see how far I get. So day 2 on my meta puzzle, and this is more or less halfway through this evening that it clicked for me, and I started to rely more on colors, and I tried to ignore the lines because at this stage still the lines doesn't look right. I've took out so many pieces to double check that it's not false fits, and as you guys know, Ravensburger is not known for false fits, so I was constantly convinced that there's false fits in that little section of blue pieces. But eventually I learned to ignore the lines on the pieces and focus more on colors and make sure that it fit that way. And from here on, the progress was a little bit faster, but still very, very, very slow. All in all, a tricky puzzle, especially the fact that I sorted the pieces into the bowls, that threw me a little bit. But I must say, it's a very, very enjoyable puzzle. At this stage, I'm not yet sure if I will make it in time to finish it for the beginning of July. So I can just hope that the weekend ahead will allow me enough time to get a good head start on this puzzle. So we made it till Wednesday, the 24th of June, and last night somewhere something clicked for me and I actually made some progress on this puzzle. So for the first time, I'm actually optimistic that I will make good progress before the end of the month. So today I will continue on this puzzle, although I am very sure that I won't finish it tonight. So on my third evening on this puzzle, I can now actually see the progress. I am able to assemble extra pieces. I also worked on the pencils and the succulent in the right hand corner. So every little island that I do connect allows me more connection points. As you guys know, contact clues is a huge help for puzzles. And the more I get assembled, the more clues there are. And I'm actually now starting to enjoy this puzzle. And with the progress I am doing now, or with the progress I am making now, I do believe with the weekend, if I can assemble take the whole 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, and sit the whole day, I think I will make good progress on this and get it to as finished as possible in order for me to just complete it the last few pieces in July. It's absolutely beautiful. Still, if you look at the pieces close up, the assembled sections, it looks wrong, but it's beautiful if you look at it from afar. And if you don't see all that detail, it makes absolutely more sense. So again, I just rely on color here, and you will see the little islands on the table, the greens and the yellows, and at some point the purples and pinks will also start to form little islands of pieces. But yeah, I am at this stage very happy that I started with this puzzle, and I am so looking forward to finishing it. It is Thursday, the 25th of June. Progress is very slow, but at least there is progress, so I'll take it. I'm happy with where I'm at. At least I've got a weekend ahead of me, so I hope to be able to do quite a lot over the weekend that comes. But for now, I am just going to puzzle for a couple of hours, and then we'll see how far I get over the weekend. Where are we at now? I think day 4 of working on this puzzle. Thus far, I just work like Sunday was a half day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was evenings. No, Monday I didn't puzzle. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tonight is Thursday. I work only in the evenings. That leaves me with about 2 to 3 hours per evening. So I am very happy with the progress, especially taking into consideration how I struggled in the beginning of this puzzle. And the further I go, the more sense it makes, the more the colors are becoming visible with contact clues. So I believe that with the weekend ahead, I might get it nearly finished, and I am very excited to see how far I will get over the weekend. So this is it for tonight and for the end of this video. So I've got a beautiful completed June bingo card, and I am a third in for my first puzzle for the July bingo card. So I'm going to cut the video here. Next week you will probably see me finish this one or get very close to finish, and we will start with the beautiful blank July bingo card, for which I'm very excited. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.